KashCraft is one of my favorite worlds and series, going all the way from our starter caravan to the Circus Mega Base. So as a way to celebrate, I've put together a huge compilation of everything that's happened from episodes 1 to 36. Thank you all so much for being here, and I hope you enjoy! Episode 1, Welcome the Caravan. Okay, so this is my first survival world. I have never played survival on Java Edition. Got the basic tools. Now let's figure out what's around us. More spruce forests. Alright, so I made a quick boat, and let's get going. Oh. Oh. Oh no. Oh yeah, fight him. Okay. There we go. Smelt up some iron. Okay. Alright, into the cave we go. Oh. Oh. Oh gosh. Gosh. Diamonds. Oh, more diamonds. I walked right past these. 15 diamonds. That is amazing. Oh, yay. It's good to be out of there. I need to find a place to settle down. So after doing a bunch of searching, I finally found the biome I want to settle down in. It's a nice plains biome, nice and flat. I'm not going to spoil anything now, but that's pretty important for my base that I plan to build later on. I'd like to collect as many types of wood as I can. Oh, there's Sherry. Get some saplings and we'll be on our way. Oh, there's the savannah. I'm just here to get some acacia. I need to get something from the nether, so I'm going to go find a lava pool and get to the nether real quick. I can get some of these warped fungus and what is this, crimson fungus, and that is 2 more tree types. More wood added to our collection. Alright, these are the materials I'm going to be using to build my starter base. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, and here's the finished build. Overall, I think it's super cute, and I think it's a great ringleader for the rest of the caravan. Here's the finished starter base. I absolutely love this area. It feels super cozy, and it's exactly what I was going for. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Episode 2, It Grows. Hello everybody and welcome back to KashCraft. Today the plan is to do some exploring, set up a few farms, and make a nice storage wagon. I decided to set up this little tree stand that shows which tree types I have so far and which I don't. While exploring today, I want to make sure I find some dark oak. I'm gonna need that for the new storage wagon. Let's get going. That's a jungle. That's another type of wood. All right, 4 saplings. I'm feeling pretty good about that. I'm gonna grab some bamboo and another wood types. And just like that, we made it to the dark oak forest. Well, that's all but 1 wood type, which is amazing. The addition of finding jungle means I can build another wagon, so I think today we are going to build 2 wagons. The next wagon is going to go right here where the start is. Here is the finished wagon. I managed to cram a total of 12 double chests in here. Alright, now I have all the items in. Let's get the second started. These are the materials I'm using, and let's get started. The build is complete. This is going to be the furnace wagon where I'm going to do most of my smelting. Here is the inside with all the furnaces. So with our wagons built, I am going to get started on some farms. We're going to make a wool farm and a bamboo farm. I think this is a good place to set up. Then we're going to place these observers in. We'll then add a hopper minecart. It's a pretty simple system, but right now it should get the job done. Next we can work on the wool farm, and just like that the wool farm is done. I'm super happy with this start to my industrial area. One quick thing I did was just decorate the area around these wagons. It was feeling pretty barren. I think the area is really coming together. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day. Episode 3, One of Those Days. Welcome back everyone to KashCraft. We are here at the site of my first death. I fell down, splat on a block in the middle of the lake, and most of my stuff burned. Yeah, that's great. Today, we are going to focus on setting up an iron farm. I do need to get 3 villagers, which is going to be a bit of a pain, but we'll handle it. I thought I had name tags, which I did before I died. Then I died and I lost my name tag. So we are going to go to the mines and find a name tag. Oh no, I am stuck in a death loop. I've died 2 times to the skeletons so far, and I don't think it's going to be the last time. Oh, there's a... Oh, okay. That scared me. Let's try again. It's just one of those days. Yep. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, finally. Alright, let's try again. This is the one. Look at my desk, there are. Alright, maybe we're okay? I don't know. A name tag! Oh yay, we are out. That was rough. Now that I have the name tag, which took forever, I need to get some villagers. There's the first villager. Here's number 2. There's the last one through. Let's get started. So I have finished the farm, so the villagers will get scared and they summon an iron golem. The iron farm is up and running now, which is super exciting. Instead of adding to the caravan today, we are going to make a quick skeleton farm. All right, so now that we made it, let's get building. We're going to place water sources. Here is where our bubble elevator is going to be. There are the item sorters. Here's the sketchy part where I get to remove these torches. I need to remove this torch. Okay, perfect. Look at that. The farm is up and running now, and this place is set up and good to go. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.
Episode 4, The Caravan is Done.
Hello everybody and welcome back to a new KashCraft episode. So today the plan is to make a melon and pumpkin farm and do a bunch of work on the caravan. We are going to gather resources for the melon and pumpkin farm. We need a lot of redstone dust, quartz, and cobblestone to make this farm. I got some pistons and observers for the farm, so now we are going to begin setting up the farm. Before you know it, the pumpkin and melon farm is done. This is going to be the main source of emeralds. Once I get my villager trading hall set up, we can move on to the next step. So to add the next wagon to the caravan, I need mangrove wood. The time has come. We are going to finish our wood collection. That means I need to do a bit of an expedition. With the sun setting in a very cinematic way, we are going to get going. We made it to the spot. Ah, look at that. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I'm gonna get some of the mangrove wood. You know, I hate to leave so soon, but I got what I came for. Oh, here's another fortress. I think 10 blaze rods is a good amount for now. Ooh, nether wart. Now I get to head back. Oh, no. I just lost so much. Okay, I got my stuff. What's left of it. So, only my chest plate survived. And my shovel. That was awful. Place this here. Bone meal it. I think this is how you grow it. Yeah, there we go. That's all the tree types. We are going to move on to building the wagons. As you can see, we are going to build 3 today. This is going to be all of the wagons in this little ring. Let's get going. Oh, that took a while to put together. We have 3 excellent wagons here. I really like this build. I wanted to do something a bit taller. This one definitely took me out of my comfort zone. It uses a lot of weird blocks and weird colors, but I really like it. This wagon took me a lot of time to put together, but this is what I came up with. I try to give each wagon its own personality. It just all goes together really well, and I am so happy with it. This has been a super productive episode. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.
Episode 5, The Villager Trading Hall.
Hello everybody and welcome back to a new episode of KashCraft. This episode we are going to create the villager trading hall. Before we get started on the trading hall, I'm going to run to the nether. I feel like I need to redeem myself. Here we are. We made it. Ooh, a template. Okay, I can do this. Alright, let's go. Ooh, smithing template. We got 2 smithing templates, which is amazing. Oh, we made it to the fortress. We're going to get some blaze rods, and I am going to get out of here. Don't say a word. That was a nightmare, but we made it. We are going to get this trading hall set up. First, I gotta get villagers. There we go. So I got the lead. Oh my gosh! What the heck? Are they gonna come back down? Oh! What just happened? They just went to like outer space. I don't know what to say about that. We have arrived to where I am going to set up this villager breeder. Let's get it set up. This thing is so nice. I just push a button, I'll pop some minecart, and I get a villager. Let's get started on the trading hall. I really don't know what I'm doing right now. I probably don't need to make my trading hall looks super fancy, but it's fun and it looks cool if I can pull it off. Here's a design I'm really liking. It gives this hall a nice grand feel, which I really like for a villager trading hall. I feel ready to complete the rest of the villager trading hall, so let's get started. And the trading hall is done. This is what it's gonna look like. I think the tree and this central hub really looks nice. With the hall done, I need to start getting villagers over here. And the villagers are in. We got all these librarians, the farmers, and even some clerics down here. We got a good collection of stuff that I'm going to use to start enchanting my armor. With that being said, I just want to give a big thank you for watching and have a great day.
Episode 6, the starter base.
Hello everybody and welcome back. So this episode is going to be pretty laid back. We are going to fix my nether portals, and then we are going to decorate this caravan. We have all the wagons in place, but this center area needs to be fixed up. So let's get started on those portals. Here's the first portal. There we go. Here's the second one to my villager trading area. Yep. Perfect. And last but not least, the farming area. Real quick, I want to expand my sheep farm. And just like that, we got the sheep farm done. We can finally get started on the caravan. We have this area cleared out. I'm working on a spot for my little cook fire. And here's a nice little campfire area. Here is a bunch of furniture added. Just got some stuff to sit on and talk around the campfire at night. Now we got some nice paths in. Wow, that was a lot of terraforming, but at least I can say this environment is done. I was just trying to make it feel like the wagons coming here have disrupted the wilds, and the wilds are kind of growing up around it now. I really love this caravan. It turned out so much better than I thought it would. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.
Episode 7, the end.
Hello everybody and welcome back. I built this massive bamboo farm. How long do you think it took me to make this thing? It was 4.5 hours. Anyways everyone, today is a big day. We are going to be fighting the Ender Dragon. I'm just getting my Ender chest put together. Just some good resources for when we go end busting. We can get started. Although I don't know which way we need to go. That way. Okay, here we go. Oh look, that wasn't hard to find. That's nice. Yay, we made it. Oh my gosh. Came in with a bang, I guess. Ooh, another armor trim. Oh, and for those who don't know, I love armor trims. I love collecting them. Oh, we found it. All right, I'm ready to go. Oh, here we go. Here it is. Whoa. Oh my gosh. All right, let's work on these towers. Oof, one down. Let's see if we can get these other crystals. There's one. 2, 3. Whoa! Okay, we're back on the ground. Let's get some of these cages. Perfect. We are almost ready. I think that's all of them. All right, we just gotta wait for her to perch. Here we go. Whoa! Oh no, I'm dead. I'm so dead. Oh, okay. Oh no. Oh no. Let's go back. All right, back to fighting. That is so loud. Oh, come on. No. We are back. I got you now. We're almost there. Look at how many Endermen are chasing it. Look at them. There's like 5. Yay! We did it. Oh my gosh, that was insane. This was a crazy day. I've never had such an intense Ender Dragon fight before. Thank you so much and have a great day.
Episode 8, I Got My Elytra.
Hello everybody and welcome back to episode 8 of KashCraft. Today we are going to be doing some end city busting. Let's get our ender chest and get started. Here we go. Oh nice. I'm just going to pick a direction and get going. The main objective of today is to get an elytra and shulker boxes. Would it be stupid to ender pearl? I'm gonna do it. Yee! Okay, I don't like bridging either. It takes so long. I'd rather throw an ender pearl and hope it lands rather than bridge and deal with those nerves of trying to cross such like a open ground. There it is! Our first end city. Yay, we made it! Oh, I forgot how annoying it is to fight shulkers. Why do these shulkers always teleport? Alright, that is the city complete. Anyway, let's keep going. In city number 2. Guys, we are getting our elytra. This is so exciting. I love my elytra. I feel like a kid on Christmas. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. Yay! We got it. Are we ready? Alright. Oh. Yay, I'm finally flying. I've missed this. Alright, Entity 2 is down. Let's move on to the next one. Boom. Why are there so many things? They're everywhere. Ooh, we got smithing template. Wow. That is the last shulkers of that end city. Oh, I saw the purple thing. Here we go. Oh yeah, there we go. Goodbye. Yay, we're back in the overworld. Look at this haul. A stack and a half of shulker shells, 5 elytras. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.
Episode 9. It's a bad day to be a creeper.
Hello everybody and welcome back. Today we are going to be building a gunpowder and sugarcane farm. I need rockets, so we are going to address that today. No! At least the creeper didn't blow up like a wagon. This is the basic stuff I need for the gunpowder farm. That should be everything. We have made it to the spot. Let's get building. Here we are starting the farm. That is all of the catch platform. Now we can start building the spawning platforms. There is the first spawning platform. 2 done. Number 4. And that's halfway. Layer number 6. Number 7. 8. 9 and layer 10. And now I get to place 1,000 trapdoors. And no, I'm not exaggerating. I'm not sure I'll be able to look at bamboo trapdoors the same. And we have the redstone portion in. That is the top platform done. That means we should be getting some drops right here. Yeah, look at that. We are getting gunpowder. This is going to make my life so much easier. I'm going to AFK for a bit. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. No! That's the second creeper! Oh, it blew up my wagon. The look of horror I had on my face as I heard that. We can start the sugarcane farm. That looks kind of cursed. We can get started on the collection system. Keep it easy. Then we add in rows of solid blocks, and then we can add rails, and more rails, and then start adding the dirt for the sugarcane to grow on. We take our sugarcane and we'll add it on top of the dirt. We can add leaves on top of our solid blocks and the water. Then I get to make a flying machine, which I don't exactly remember how to make. Let's test it real quick. Update this block. Oh, I built it wrong, didn't I? I got it. With the redstone in place, this farm is done. I am super happy with how it turned out. Before we call this episode to a close, I wanted to clean up these trees behind me. The time of the trees has come to a close, and it is time to chop them down in preparation for the mega base. Gosh, that makes me really sad that all the trees are gone. As always, thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.
Episode 10. My mega base reveal.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of KashCraft. This is episode 10. I can't believe we're at 10 episodes. I felt like I just started KashCraft, but today we are going to get started on the mega base. This is the area we are going to be working on. It's right by the caravan and it's important for the whole environment I want to create, but there's this big lake, so I am going to fill this in. Oh my gosh, this looks so weird. I can finally share what the mega base is going to be. It is going to be a circus. We're going to put this circus tent right in the middle, make it look huge, inviting, like magical, and then have the carnival around it. So now that we've had the big reveal, we need to figure out what it's going to look like. I am going to initially start placing blocks, trying to get an idea of the general size of the tent I want, and after placing some blocks, this is what we have. This thing is absolutely massive. I'm going to go into a creative testing world and start working on the structure I want. So now we need to start building the circus up. Alright, this is looking much better. We have a bit of a shape put together. Now we need to blend these circles together a little bit. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Now we need to figure out the top of the tent. Oh, I am liking this. I am going to now go build this in the survival world. Let's get started on the circus outline. Look at that in the distance. We have a outline of the circus tent. Look how big this is compared to the little caravan over there. It's so funny. I absolutely love it. I'm so excited for where we're going to take the circus. This is going to be an awesome build, but it is going to take a while. With the circus tent outlined, we are going to call this episode to a close. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.
Episode 11. Adventure Time.
Hello everybody and welcome back to KashCraft. Last episode we outlined the mega base. I'm going to be building a circus as my mega base for KashCraft, but we are not going to be working on this today. We are going to be doing some adventures today. First of all, I want to go to some, what are they called? Ocean temples or whatever, to get some sponges. There is this running water sound underneath the tent. I'm just sick of hearing running water. I want to get some sponges and drain this space out a little bit. Let's go get ready to go bust some temples. Oh, look at that. Armor trims just like that. There we go. I lit it. That's going to explode and perfect. Get us right into the chamber. No, I got the mining fatigue. Now we can harvest these sponges. 58 sponges. That is really good. Let's go to the next temple. Oh, we got the smithing template. As I've said before, I love these. just over 2 stacks worth of sponges. That is insane. Let's head back now. Let's figure out where we need to drain. So it looks like it starts here and goes this way. Let's do this real quick. This looks so weird, but I'm glad I did it. Now that we have the water drained out, we can get on to the real adventure. We are going to an ancient city. Oh my gosh, there's the city right there. This is so quiet and so creepy. Ooh, swift sneak. Ooh, and a trim. Oh no, that's number 1. Oh no, number 2. Oh no, one more. I think we're gonna see the warden today. Okay, here's the warden. Yep. Okay. Oh, there he is. All right, we're just gonna be quiet for now until he goes away. Okay, we're okay. There's our next chest. Okay, we might be summoning the next warden here. I hope not. Yep. Okay. Where is he? Oh, he's mad. Oh, shoot! No! He was above me? Jeez, I was not expecting that. Oh, shoot, the warden's still there. On top of my stuff. Are you kidding me? He's just camping my stuff. He's triggering his own skulk sensor. That's the problem? That feels a bit rigged. We have everything, right? Yep, let's keep going. Whoa. This chest looks important. I might set off a warden. Oh, really? They set me up with that kind of chest. I should probably check that this warden isn't above me. Screw you, you can't get me. Uh-oh. It's actually time to leave now. Bye. We made it. And we got a ton of good loot. That is going to be the end of our episode. Hope you enjoyed and have a good day.
Episode 12, The Circus Tent.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of KashCraft. Today is a very big day. We are going to be building the center tent of our circus mega base. Alright, we got our resources in place. We get to start on the tent. This is going to consist of 3 parts. We are first going to create the structure out of dirt, and then I'm going to color it with the blocks I want, and then I'm going to add the details. So for the structure, I'm going to start creating semicircles, then I'm going to smooth it out, just so it looks like a smooth surface, looks like fabric draped over a structure. Doing this gives me a lot of time to think, and I think I am excited for this circus. I truly think this is going to be one of my best builds. That's the first step of building the structure done. It's very blocky right now. Let's just do some adjusting. We want it to make it look like it's draping down those supports. Looks like gravity's acting on it. You can already see what parts I've adjusted and it looks so much better. We're getting there. Wow, we are done with the smoothing out part, but while this looks super cool, we have to do this on the other half. That was a lot of grinding and a lot of brain power, but this is looking amazing. And now it is time to color the tent. I would like to have a stripe for each of these little like swoops. I just added some wool to signify the boundaries of like the colored regions. We are ready to start coloring the tent. Oh my gosh, it is done. I believe the next step is to add in the tent flaps so that this stops feeling like a weird roof and starts feeling more like a circus tent. Here's an example of a side flap. Let's try this. So I now have the side flap for a quarter of the tent. We still have 3/4 to go. So what I'm going to do is really just copy this segment 4 more times around here. This tent is so big, it has an echo. We have the tent flaps in. Now we could do the details. I suppose for our first detail, we should add an entrance to the circus. Here's the grand entrance. And now I want to work on the side flaps. I want to add a little frame in the center area. I actually really like how that turned out. It adds a whole new element to the circus. Maybe we can do 1 per episode and just detail my adventures on them. Maybe do little pictures of what I did that day. Next, we can work on the dark oak border. I want to add a little like spire to the top of each of these swoops. Whoa, we are flying. Look at that. They are all done. And I really like how the spire emphasizes the frame just below it. Moving up, we can do the top color of the circus tent. I am just going to add a dark oak ring again and some fancy details. We have our top ornament done. I wanted this to feel powerful, feel detailed, feel strong, and I feel like we definitely accomplished that. Now, the last step is the top. Just like that, we have the flag in. That means our circus is complete, at least complete for now. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.
Episode 13, The Trifecta for Disaster.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of KashCraft. Today, we are going to be doing some adventures. You see, I just updated KashCraft to 1.21.4, which means the Pale Garden. Later, we are going to make a frog life farm. Let's get started. We need to get ready to go to the Pale Garden. I say gear up like I need to do a lot to prepare. I really don't. I'm just like putting my important tools away so that if I die, I don't lose them. There it is, the Pale Garden. It looks like a infestation with the rest of the forest. I love how the light just goes kind of cloudy. Oh, and it's getting dirt too. Oh, what was that? Oh my gosh. Can I have some resin maybe? There we go. Oh, I see you. Where's your creaking heart? Right there. Oh gosh. Oh, it's so creepy. Just go away. There we go. Goodbye, heart. Oh my gosh. Pale Garden, you were fun, but I need to leave. We made it back home. And we made it home in one piece. Oh no! My wagon did not make it in one piece. Okay, so creeper aside, why don't we build a resin farm? Here's a nice cleared out space. Here's a collection system. There's the resin collection system. Here's our creaking spawning platform. And lastly, place in our creaking hearts. Yeah, look at that. We're getting our resin. After swinging away through the night, I got 5.5 stacks of resin clumps. That's pretty good. Oh my gosh, everybody. I have hit 100 subscribers on YouTube. Why don't we fight the Wither to celebrate? Boom. Oh my gosh. Ooh, here we go. Ah. Oh no. I'm getting hit. Okay, I think I'm just gonna do the trick where like you fly around a bunch and just gotta hit him in the midair. Slowly but surely. Oh, he regens over time? We're very high already, and I've barely hurt him. This guy's at like full health. You know, I think this fight is a bit of a disaster. The strat is not working. I'm gonna head down to the ground real quick. I don't know what to do. Maybe we just wait and let him float down to the ground. There is our friend. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're getting some good shots. That was good progress. There we go. Now we can start hitting him. Uh-oh. Eee. All right, let's be careful. Go ham. Nope. All right, this is going to go great. We are competent Minecraft players. Almost at the halfway point. There we go. Take our strength. Here we go. Oh, we did it. That was horrible. We got another star. We can make our beacon, and there we go. That was a lot of work. So disastrous wither fights aside, we still have a frog light farm to make. Let's go get some frogs. Bucket. That's so stupid, but I love it. A whole lot of tadpoles later, and we are ready to start this farm. All right, and we made it. So let's get started with the farm. Just adding in the collection system. Then we get to place in our minecarts. We'll make a platform for our frogs to go. And now it's time to transport the frogs. Our first 4 frogs. We got our warm frogs. There we go. This should be all of them. The next step is to build a spawning platform for all of the magma cubes. Next, I'll add in the iron golems. And with the golems in place, we'll add some glass so that ghasts don't spawn. And lastly, we can build our AFK platform. So the farm should be working. Yeah, that's our frog life farm complete. Here we have our finished frame. I really like how this turned out. Thank you all so much for watching. And with that being said, have a great day.
Episode 14, Expanding the Circus.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of KashCraft. We are doing a lot of building today. You see, we are going to be working on the sides of the tent. I love how the circus is turning out, but it is not close to being done. So we are going to be adding a second tent today. Let's get started. I first need to plan out what I want this side pieces to look like. We have our wool, and before you know it, here it is. So with the wireframe created, we can now get started on filling in our circus tent. When I made this first circus tent, I first built it out of dirt so I could get the structure right, and we are going to do the same thing here. I'm going to use my normal strategy to create this circular part, which involves using the side profile, creating semicircles based on it, smoothing that out, and then hopefully getting the right shape I want. Wow, that was a lot of work, but we have the outer part of the side tent filled in. But I kind of forgot to do the top part of the tent, so let's do that real quick. There we go. Believe it or not, that was the easy part of the build. Now we have to link this tent with this one by adding some sort of transition piece of fabric. We're gonna have it kind of swoop around, go in, and then back out again. It's either gonna look amazing or awful, and I don't know which. Okay, here's the rough draft, and I'm gonna say it's not bad. It really wasn't as bad as I thought it'd be. But while this side looks great, the other side doesn't look so great. So we need to copy this over to here, and filling in the second half is done. I am going to replicate all that we have right now on the left side. Let's light this up real quick. I don't want to blow up. We are done with that, and oh my gosh, this circus is going to be massive. But that is going to be all of our progress on the left side tent for this episode. Okay, so the next step is to begin planning where the stripes are going to go. We have the boundaries for the stripes marked out. With these marked out, you can really see how the circus is coming together, and it is going to look so much better once we have the stripes in. Wow, that was a lot of building, but this looks awesome. The next step is to add the tent flaps to the side of the circus. And there we go. It's pretty simple right now. We still have a lot of decorations to add, but we are getting close to being done with this. The next order of business is to work on the border right here. There is no need to reinvent the wheel. Just follow our designs we did for the main circus tent, and there we have it. Next, we have this little crown on the main tent. I want to replicate something like that right here. Not too bad. Now, I want to just work on this little pink stripe. I am just going to do something similar to what I did here. And there we have it. Last thing to do is create a frame summarizing what we did today. Here is our finished frame. We just did the circus tent and the addition. This circus is looking so amazing. Everyone, thank you so much for watching and have a great day.
Episode 15, Upgrades to Trades.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of KashCraft. I need to get ready for my upcoming 100 subscriber stream. Today I want to go over to the industrial district and expand the pumpkin and melon farm. This really is not cutting it for my emerald needs and my villager trading hall, so we're going to expand this. I would like to triple the size of the pumpkin and melon farm. I need 40 stacks of cobblestone, 16 stacks of redstone dust, and 4 stacks of quartz. Oh my gosh, that is a lot. Oh my gosh, that scared me. That should be all of our resources gathered. Now let's build this melon and pumpkin farm. The farm is done. This farm should be 3 times more efficient, which should mean more emeralds from our villagers. Speaking of villagers, it's time we do some work over there. We are going to be expanding our villager trading hall and getting some cartographers. Well, not too bad. We need to get our villagers in here. So I'll get the cartographer table. We are going to get this villager leveled up. And here's level 3. Trial Explorer, yes, that's exactly what we wanted. On to the next thing. I realize I don't have a bow or a good chest plate. We'll put the mending with the chest plates, and there we go. We got a pretty good bow. It's not perfect. It's good enough for now. That is going to be all we have time for today. I need to start preparing for this stream. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.
Episode 16, Collecting all the armor trims.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of KashCraft. Last time we were preparing for my first stream, the 100 subscriber stream, where we tackled a tricky trials, and as you can see, it went pretty well. Anyway, in today's episode, we are going to be working on the circus, or I guess technically not the circus itself, but we're going to be working on something underneath. As you may know, I'm kind of obsessed with armor trims. I love collecting them, and I decided I am going to make it my goal to collect them all. So what we're going to do today is create an armor trim redstone machine. Why don't we pop over to Creative World so that we can start putting together this machine. All right, so here we are. We're going to have a randomizer for the armor trims. That way I can push a button and it just spits out, oh, you're going to get this armor trim this episode. Then we have a collection system. This just tells me which armor trims I have. And then I want to have a system that once we have collected all of the armor trims, we will unlock the final armor trim. Which one is that, you may ask? Well, it is the silence armor trim. It is widely considered to be the rarest armor trim. Let's get started with this collection system. All right, there we go. Now we have our system set up. I need a counter for our silence armor trim. Okay, so now that we have our counter in, now let's add a little deposit system. Perfect. We need to create a randomizer for the armor trims. We're just gonna have a button that makes a dropper drop a random armor trim paper. All right, so that is the rough draft of our machine. Why don't we jump back over to KashCraft? Let's dig this out and craft our resources. All right, so I have some resources for the armor triminizer. Let's work on getting it built. Okay, so we have the basics of our machine done, and it is looking awesome, but it's very basic right now. I want this to be like a fun house. So we want to add lights, maybe some fireworks, just like spectacular stuff. Okay, here we go. So if I just push the button to get a random armor trim, we get some nice light action, some of the noise. Maybe we could do something for the drop off over here. We will get this system kicking on, and when it's done, we'll get a firework. there we go. Now we get to prepare the system. And with that, the redstone is complete. But this thing is super ugly right now. So we need to decorate this. This is going to be like the main attraction in the funhouse. I want this room to be the Tomorrowland room. I'm thinking kind of like eco-futurisms. Yeah, why don't we try that? Oh my gosh, this turned out so well. I feel like we nailed the theme of eco-futurism. It is called the Marvelous Triminizer. Now we can finally input all of our templates. And just like that, we are about halfway to the Silence Armor trim, and this thing is looking so good. We need to record our KashCraft episode on the Circus Tent in one of the frames. I mean, it's just a miniaturized version of our Triminizer, and I think it's really cute. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.
Episode 17, Welcome to the Future.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to KashCraft. We are back with the Marvelous Triminizer. We have 8 of 18 armor trims in the system, but this space is not finished. It's just some blank walls right now. I want to fix this floor, maybe add some more clouds, and yeah, do stuff like that. I also lost my pale oak wood shulker box last episode, so we need to run to the Pale Oak Gardens. We get to go on a little adventure, which is always a lot of fun. Let's get going. I would like some pale oak. Okay, we're not in the Pale Garden yet. Hopefully we can find it. Oh, still not seeing it. Let me check my map. Oops, I was doing mental math in my head trying to figure out nether coordinates, and I was 1,000 blocks off. We'll just fix that real quick. Oh, yes, we are in the Pale Gardens. This is such a cool biome. I love the cloudy sky and just how ominous it is. And then at night, the creaking freaks me out. The creaking's a very cool concept though. Uh-oh, the eye blossoms are opening. That means we're going to get creaking soon. Oh, no. Oh, it's on me. No. Leave me alone. Why don't we just get out of here? We are going to work on finishing this Marvelous Triminizer. I think I want to drop down the floor a bit. I think it looks a bit like an ocean right now, and also we don't really get the like misty glass effect. Whoa, that is quite the hole. I guess the next step is to start working on the walls, get these put together a little bit. Okay, this is looking cool. Let's get the floor in. Okay, now we can get into some of the fun stuff. First, I would like to work on extending our main attraction, the Triminizer, down a little bit. Perfect. The scene looks super tall right now, but it'll look better once we get the glass floor in. Maybe we can add something similar for the side towers. Oh my gosh, it's coming together. I love these towers. This one just looks so cool. Like it encompasses like this modern feel we're going for, and I love it. But that still leaves the back wall blank. Before you know it, you have yourself a full-on building. We have like the main towers done. Now I'm just gonna add little like extra ones. Maybe we could do some towers going like halfway up the wall. Wow, we have so many more buildings now, and it really fills out the space. Okay, so the next step is to add clouds to this thing. I kind of figured we could have clouds like scattered all throughout this build. That way, like the buildings, we create some perspective, showing that some clouds are really close, some are more far away. I was thinking we could just do something like this, like a little nice, like white mass kind of going through the city. Just add a little bit of mystery. Oh my gosh, this room looks so much more different, so much brighter, so much more lively. Like I love this. And when you look down, it just looks so cool. Okay, so the last step is to add the glass to this place, just to make it feel like, you know, we're really high up in the sky. Here's the first layer. Here's layer 2. Here's the blue layer. Here's the 4th layer with the light blue glass. Here's layer 5. And here is the last couple layers. I love what the glass adds to this thing. It just makes this feel like more realistic. But you look down, it's like, oh geez, how far does that go down? Then our last thing is just to add a little walkway out of here and into this place. Okay, there we go. We still have one more thing to do. Of course, that is adding on to our circus frames. And we have ourselves a nice mini city. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.
Episode 18, Golden Opportunities.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of KashCraft. We are going to be doing a lot today. I would like to work on a gold farm. I will want to do some piglin trading so I can get materials to make the circus. I have already started putting together a list of stuff I need for the farm. Let's go get 20 stacks of magma blocks. Why don't I get the rest of my materials put together, and we will head off to build the farm. All right, we're at the coordinates I selected for this farm. Without further ado, let's get started. Oh my gosh, there are so many piglins. What the heck? We have a nice 4 spawning platforms. Pretty simple. If I just like hit this guy. Oh my gosh, they do not sound happy. Well, that's good to see this is working. I am going to build a sorting system and auto crafting system. I only want gold from this. Okay, let's focus on this right system first. We're going to take half the hoppers and move this way. Okay, that is the sorting system set up. So now I want to make some auto crafters that will craft our nuggets into ingots. And here's the auto crafting system. And lastly, I cannot forget to spawn proof this system. That would not be good if we had a ghast just spawn in the middle of our farm. Okay, so that is one half of the sorting system. Let's do the other half. Perfect, and there's sorter number 2. Hopefully that's enough storage, but wow, that looks really cool. And lastly, let's just make a little storage area for all of the gold ingots that we collect. As you can see, we're already starting to get some gold. I am so happy with this turned out. Well, we still need to make the pickling trading farm. This is a great start. Okay, so next I do want to make this farm automatic. Why don't I go get some powdered snow, I think. I got a lot of extra because I am not coming back here. So if I just place this snow right here, they should freeze. Let's see if that's the case. All right, hit one. Oh boy. Wait, they didn't get mad at me. They always get mad at me. What? Oh my gosh. They don't seem to like the powdered snow. They seem to be crowding away from it. Okay, here's a bit of an updated little pit. This time, the piglins are going to come running over and run into this. Why don't we test this thing real quick? I'm sure nothing could go wrong. Cloudy with a chance of pigment today, I guess. Oh no! Oh no 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 no! They're going into the chamber, which is a good sign, so I'll take it. So yeah, I think we can consider this gold farm done. Everyone, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day!
Episode 19, A Western Adventure.
Hello everybody and welcome back to KashCraft. We are not going to be working on the gold farm today. We are going to be doing something else. To be honest, it's been something I've kind of been neglecting, the circus. I need to get back at it and work on finishing this mega base. What we're going to be doing today is adding to this half of the circus. I want to fill in the colors for the tent. Let's get started on building this circus top. The first thing to do is to figure out where I want to put the stripes. So why don't we work on that? Okay, so now that we have the circus blocked out, it means we can start filling in the colors. So without further ado, let's get started. That took forever, but finally we have the entire tent top done. It's so cool seeing this continuous surface. So we are going to move away from working on the circus and do something else. We are going to go on our first armor trim adventure. Today, we are going to make some progress towards getting all of the armor trims. Let's see which armor trim we're going to get today. We got the dune armor trim. That is the desert temple armor trim. So we are going to a desert today. What if we got ourselves a horse and, you know, rode around in the Wild West? I don't know what that accent was. I don't know where that came from. I really need like a cowboy hat. That would like really complete this vibe. Well, you know, I did say a horse, but I think a camel could be a pretty good partner. All right, well, let's get going. Although, wait, I'm on an island, like completely away from the desert. The camel's a good idea, but I need something actually by the desert. Oh, I see a camel right up here. Perfect. All right, come here, partner. Let's hit the road and go find us an armor trim. Alrighty, and off we go. Let's go find some desert temples. Ooh, a nice little outpost. Ooh, and our first desert temple. Oh, yay. Are we ready? I better not set off the TNT. That would be sad. Okay. We'll drop down here. Any armor trims? No armor trims. Ooh, diamond horse armor, though. Friend, we got a gift for you. Oh, wait. It's a camel. I can't give this horse armor unless... No. Okay, no horse armor. Let's keep on going. Ooh, I just saw a temple in the background. Perfect. Is there going to be a armor trim here? Let's see. Oh, we got it. Oh my gosh, only our second? We got the dune armor trim. I did not think it would be that easy. Oh, but friend, that means our adventures come to an end. You know what? In honor of our Western adventure, we're going to call her Clementine. But don't worry, we'll be back. I'm going to leave her here for now, but eventually, when I have the circus more complete, we're going to bring Clementine back and have her as a nice little meet and greet. Don't worry, Clementine, I'll be back. If we just put in our dune armor trim into the system, look at that. We'll put the armor trim in right there, and we have another armor trim added to our system. We need to make our frame. There we go. It looks a little bit odd. It kind of looks like it's floating, but I mean, it's reflecting what's actually there. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.
Episode 20, the Bartering Farm.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of KashCraft. We are doing so much today. What is that, you may ask? Well, we are going to be continuing the circus, but we need to wrap up another project first. We are going to be making a piglin bartering farm. Let's get started with making that. We're going all out with this bartering system. I think this is everything I need, at least enough to get started. Okay, so I have the platform startup. Why don't we get started with the farm? We have the basic redstone of this system. I do want to make sure this farm is spawn proof. That would be pretty bad if I just had like a gas spawn in the middle of it. So we have the bartering system, but we don't have the piglins, and this wouldn't be a bartering farm without the piglins. So why don't we grab those real quick? Finally, I got 3 in here and they are all named. We got Napoleon, Peppa, and Wilbur's in there somewhere. Yeah. I now get to make the storage system. Here's the base for our storage. Then we can add in all of our chests, and then we can add in all of the hoppers. Yay, there's our redstone. We have all the items in now. Okay, and the last thing to do before we call this farm done is just to add a little hopper going from the gold farm down to the bartering farm. All right, and if we just flip this switch, the farm should begin working. Yeah, if we just stand from here and watch the items come by any second. Yeah, look, they all just kind of like disappear into their respective hoppers. I'm going to be AFKing at the gold farm overnight and letting the bartering farm run, and we'll see how many items we get. A lot of soul sand. Okay, we got some quartz. Huh, not bad. I am super happy with this farm, and we can call it done. It is just this massive system in this, guys, and it looks super cool. Now we can get back to the circus. We are going to get these side flaps built for the left side of the circus. I'm really just going to copy the side flaps from the right half of the circus. That is what we are going to replicate on the other side. Let me tell you, it's a very boring and long process. Yeah, we got to do this. The side flaps are done. It looks so good, and this circus is looking so cool. It's also huge. This is like 115 blocks long. That is insane. But we have one last thing to do today. That is to make our frame. And there we go. My nice little attempt at creating a smaller version of the piglin farm. But everyone, that is going to wrap up our episode today. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.
Episode 21, finishing the circus exterior.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to KashCraft. So what I'm going to do today is work on finishing the left half of the circus that we've been working on the past couple episodes, and then it's just going to be adding the last details to the circus tent. So without further ado, let's get started on creating this trim. I just basically need to copy this design over there, which, yay me, we got all the trim in, and it is making the circus look so much more complete. But something that's been bothering me for a while are these side flaps. They just don't have anything and are super boring, so we need to add something to it. I am going to make this stripe very blue, kind of go for like a starry night sort of feel. Well, that is looking good. So anyway, we have the stripe done, but now we need to add stuff to it. I first want to add a little mascot for the circus, maybe in the form of a little elephant. This guy is so cute. It's the small details. They really add a lot to a build. Okay, and then lastly for the stripe, we need to add some stars. We can't have a starry night without stars. You know, it kind of looks like a disaster. Honestly, I like it. We still need to replicate this entire thing on the other side. So before you know it, we have ourselves a very nice looking stripe. So I want these really bright banners of color that really augment what's going on here already. It's so colorful. Oh my gosh. I love the addition of the banners. They just add so much life to this circus, and I love them. I feel like the sides are a bit boring. I mean, sure, like in a lot of cases we have the frame set up, but like we just have these blank walls. I think it might be good to just add some like lines connecting like the top of this dark oak trim to the ground, kind of as like a line holding up the circus. And there we go. We just have our rope connecting the tent to the ground. I think we just replicate it around the entire circus and it will be looking good. Ooh, you know, I like it. It just add a little bit of support to the circus that it was missing. We have another thing to add. So I really like what these lines did to the sides of the tent, but we don't have that going on the top of the tent. So I want to go ahead and just add some fences separating the stripes. I thought we could just place some lanterns along this tent, just make the circus more appealing, something someone would want to visit. Oh my gosh. Genuinely, this is probably one of the best ideas I've had with the circus. This thing just has like so much more character to it. And we have one last thing I want to do. I want to add fireworks. Oh my gosh, rockets are expensive, but we have enough for our dispensers. We'll see how it looks. Oh, I like that. But everyone, with that being said, our circus exterior is done. I've never been so proud of a build. I am so happy with how this turned out. I feel like it really challenged me in so many ways. It's everything I could have imagined and more, and I just can't believe how well it turned out. We still need to do a frame for this thing. I think it's pretty obvious what we're gonna make. And there we go. There is our finished circus. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.
Episode 22, Fear of Clowns.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of KashCraft. We have a ton to do today, but we are not working on the circus. If we go down this hole, we are going to be working to create our funhouse. When I built the Marvelous Triminizer, I said I wanted it to be the Tomorrowland room of our funhouse, and well, we are doing the funhouse today. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so here are the resources for the first room, plus all these shulker boxes. So first of all, we need to completely dig out this area. I mean, this is going to be a huge room, probably the biggest. Okay, there we go. So now we can actually start building this room. There's the red layer, the orange, the yellow, the green, the blue, and the purple. You kind of see the vibe we're going for. Definitely very silly. We still have these like weird gaps in between them, so I am just going to take some white concrete and start like placing it between the layers. Yay, we are getting here, and it is looking good. But we still have the second half of the room to do. I think I'm gonna first make the center attraction right here. What is that, you may ask? It is a clown. We're gonna have a big clown face in the middle, and you walk through it somehow to get to Tomorrowland. Oh my gosh, that thing is so cool, but so freaky. We made a little tongue to walk up into the clown. No, I didn't mean for this to be like kind of horror themed, but like it's definitely getting kind of creepy. All right, let's wrap this up and fill in the background of the clown. Whoa, that took a while to put together, but finally the room is done. We're gonna call this the rainbow room. Okay, so now that we have our second room done, we can start on the next one. I think I am going to make the entrance room to the clown room. We are going to make this into a bit of an escape room. I'm thinking kind of doing like a mad scientist sort of lab. I want a board of like levers that you can like flip, and you have to flip like the correct two, and then that way it opens like this a big piston door. Oh my gosh, I got it. So we have the code set up. So if we put that in, it opens the door, right? So that's perfect. We can now make our lab. And if someone just enters, they come down, see what's going on, find the code, put it in, and on to the next room. This is turning out so cool. I love this. Anyway, we need to build the entrance to our funhouse. I want this funhouse to feel wonky. Again, playing with the angles and the perspectives. Maybe have like a slanted frame. And now I am just going to fill this in. Yay, there we go. Now I want to add some banners on the front of this thing, just like the funhouse. Oh no, the banners are all out of order. What's that say? No, see... You is I don't know. Okay, there we go. I absolutely love that. Now I do want to decorate this a bit. We could just add a little entrance to this thing, add some lights, and I feel pretty good about this ride. With that part of the entrance done, that is going to be the end of our episode today. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.
Episode 23, the Vortex Tunnel.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of KashCraft. My name is KashMuney, and this is episode 23. We are at the Piglin Farm today, and that is because I need a ton of resources for this episode. We are going to be doing a ton of redstone today for a new room in the funhouse. We need to dig out a huge area for this, and it's going to need a ton of redstone, so we need to work on that. So I'm sure you want to see what we're going to be working on today. Let me tell you, it's a doozy. Let's pop over to Creative World. Okay, here we are. Here's what we are building today. We are going to be building this really cool rotating tunnel. We're really playing on the theme of messing with reality and perspective in Minecraft, and we are doing that here. We basically have 8 slices of this little module that, you know, creates this rotating ring we have going on. As you can tell, we have a ton of work to do. I need to dig out like a huge space. I need to still gather all the resources for the redstone components, and then we can finally start building. So let's get started. Well, that's a huge space to dig out, but we did it, and we are basically going to be using all of it for our machine. Okay, so we have our resources, we have the space dug out. You know what that means? We get to start building this. Oh my gosh, that is legit the hardest redstone device I've ever created. I mean, just look at how massive this thing is, and there's there's 8 layers of it, but it's completely worth it. The lights give this really trippy effect. Next thing to do is to create the little like walkway going into this thing, and that's what we have for now. Then we have these weird gaps between the different like segments, so I'm just going to take some concrete and black out each of these. We just want this to feel a little bit more immersive and not let the audience, you know, see behind the curtain a little bit. If I stare at this too long, I feel like I almost get like motion sickness or something. So yeah, I like it. And just walking through here, it's like, oh my gosh, this is Minecraft? Like, really? I realized I forgot to make a frame for last episode, so today we're making 2 of them. The first frame is going to go right here, and it's going to be for when we built the rainbow room and started the funhouse. Before you know it, there we have it, our miniature clown. Anyway, we need to create our frame for this episode. There we go. I love that. Nice and simple, captures what we did today, a lot of redstone and a cool tunnel. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.
Episode 24, The Funhouse.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of KashCraft. My name is KashMuney, and this is episode 24. We are back at the Funhouse doing more work today. We have a ton planned. First, we need to connect the Tomorrowland City in the Clouds to our rotating tunnel, and then we need to add the next couple rooms to our Funhouse. We have 3 rooms, and then we need to create the exit out of our Funhouse. And I would like to make the entrance a little bit more grand, make this building a little bit bigger. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. Let's get started. I first want to get this connecting space done. This room is going to be inside one of the buildings of the City in the Clouds, so I want to keep this pretty industrial. I think we're going to have maybe a nice little like access tunnel. So I might have gotten a bit carried away. Definitely has a rough appearance, but we tried to, you know, stick with the industrial theme, stick with some of the aspects of the futuristic city. Now we need to work on this center area. I think I want to do some sort of like vat, something like this maybe. I spent way too long building this, but I think it is so cool. Okay, now we can finally start connecting up the rotating tunnel. I really just want like a big like funnel kind of thing going from this to this. So that's what we did for one of the funnels. Let's do the other funnel. And there we go. We just have the end of our tunnel leading to a door to the next room. We are going to be making little like rooms, each with a different theme. Just again, messing with perspective, messing with the reality of Minecraft. I have a perfect build for our first room. And boy, I mean a perfect idea. It is my version of the back rooms, where the line between reality and not reality definitely gets blurred. You might see a little entity in the corner. It just kind of stands there just watching. Enough of the back rooms. We can move on to our second room. This one's going to be very tall. It's a very plain concept that we've turned on its head. Quite literally, it turns out. I mean, we have actually taken like, you know, an outside scene and completely flipped it. This next room is a little bit more convoluted, I think. I don't know. They're all kind of like crazy. Here's my building test world. I have these 2 rooms right here. The theme of this last room is going to be like a nice parlor sitting area. Well, it was nice until I started messing with it. So I had the idea of taking that space and, well, multiplying it in the z-axis by 2. So everything just looks really tall. So back on KashCraft, and we have an empty room to fill. We can see that it is done. I just love how everything is too tall. Like, these chairs really make you feel short. It's fancy, but it's off, and it fits perfectly in the funhouse. If we just walk through the massive fireplace, we have the exit. We're just going to do a nice little staircase going up. The exit is done. Okay, so we are almost done. Finally, we have one last thing to do, and that is to finish up the funhouse exterior. It just looks almost like a convenience store, like compared to the massive circus. So we want to make this a little bit bigger. So you know what? Let's do it. The funhouse is officially done. Look at how amazing this thing looks. Like, it is spectacular. It is big. And if we just zoom out a bit, it is comparable to the circus. It feels so good to have this done. It's everything I could have imagined and more. Definitely what this circus mega base needed, and I love it. Well, the last thing to do is add our frame. There we go, a nice little replica of the funhouse. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.
Episode 25, The Mansion Adventure.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of KashCraft. My name is KashMuney, and this is episode 25. Today we are bringing out redstone cash. I am in desperate need of a super smelter. We're also going to go on an armor trim adventure later on, but for now we can get started on our super smelter. I have a spot for the super smelter, and then we have our bamboo farm right here. This is what is going to provide the fuel for our super smelter. We're going to have 32 furnaces is. So yeah, this is going to be a very long super smelter. Lots and lots and lots of hoppers. This is the part that gets kind of tricky. I need to make the minecart loading systems. I think I messed up. So it turns out that I have zero idea what's going on. Ha! Okay, there we go. It doesn't get loaded by our hopper minecart. Why? I caved. I found a tutorial online. It actually works, which is the important part. Now we need to figure out how to link our bamboo farm to our fuel system. It can't be that hard, right? There's our auto crafting system. Then we have our redstone for our item elevator. From there, we just need to build our water column. It is finally working. I'm really happy we got that done. That makes my life so much easier. You know what? Why don't we make a cactus farm today? I really want to farm the cactus flower. Oh my gosh, we got it done. Okay, so anyway, we can move away from the redstone projects and we are going to go to the funhouse. We're going to hit this button and we're going to get our armor trim adventure for today. All right, let's see what it is. The Vex. Oh, I think that's the Woodland Mansion one. I'm actually really excited for this one. This is where we're going to go. I have no idea how far away this map is, but you know what? We're going to fly to it. Let's get going. We found it. That was so easy, actually. I don't really know what to expect. I haven't been to Woodland Mansion in forever. Let's enter. Remember, we're looking for this Vex armor trim. That is our #1 priority right now. Wait, I didn't realize I have allies here. Oh, they're all locked up. That's so sad. You know what? I think these are going to be our friends that accompany us back. They're so precious. I love it. Okay, here we are on floor 2. Oh, I see some evokers. Oh, and Vexes. Oh my gosh, those Vexes hit like a truck. No, 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 no. We have 3 of the axe guys. Still haven't found any more chests, but we're okay. Oh, here's a chest. A diamond hoe, yay. Children, come on. We have to keep going. I think there might be one last chest up here. Oh my gosh, there's the Vex armor trim. I thought that was it. Oh my gosh, yay. Let's get out of here before something happens. And now we can just head back and take our allies. We managed to bring them home and we have our Vex armor trim. This could not have gone better. Stick our Vex paper inside. Before we know it, our Vex square should light up. Just like that, we are one step closer to reaching the final armor trim, the silence armor trim. And then we get to make our frame for today's episode. And here's the finished frame. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.
Episode 26, the Backstage.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of KashCraft. This is episode 26, and let's get started. Today, we are going to be finally working on the interior of the circus. I want to get started on this half. This is going to be our storage. Without further ado, let's get started with that. We are basically going to make this the preparation area for the circus performers. In our preparation area, I'm thinking we're going to have like dressing rooms, maybe some like animals. We're going to have a giant dividing curtain separating one space from the other. I want to just get the general dimensions of this setup. We have an idea of what we're doing now, so I am just going to work on shaping this thing and getting it to something that looks, you know, more like fabric. Okay, there we go. That kind of matches like what I was going for. And why don't we copy it over here? So we have both sides done. Now I want to get the entrance part done. There we go. There's our basic entrance. We get to do the color now. Going for the classic red color, and it looks really good. We can now get started on the extra details. All right, how's that look? I like it. This entrance is so good. Now we can finally move into the preparation area, and we first need to light this space up. I'm going to hang some strings kind of from the walls up to the top, and then we can hang lanterns from that. I've been very busy. Yeah, I got like the entire ceiling done. I can't believe how much this has transformed like the circus. I am definitely supposed to add a pole going from the center all the way up. That looks better. Now we can actually get started on making the storage system. We are going to be having different dressing rooms and sections. So I'm thinking we're going to have a clown section for all of our colorful blocks, and then like so on and so on for like each specific category of blocks. I'm thinking in the back, we're going to have our bulk storage. Let's see where this takes us. I've done some mapping out and I think I have the general layout. We can get started on these dressing rooms. We are going to start with this first one, the ringmaster or ringleader, whatever you want to say. Each room's going to have the same features. We're going to have our little lights, some mirrors, a little sort of counter, adding our chest for storage. This is going to be the valuables dressing room, some shelves where we're going to add some decorative items. Of course, we're going to add the most fancy items, our chair, and then add some finishing touches. And we have ourselves our first dressing room, customized to each circus performer. And I really like it. Now we just repeat this, what, 8 more times, I think. Here's the clown room, aka the color room. This is going to be our silks performer with a very nature-based vibe going on. And as you may guess, this is going to be for wood and for plants. Here we have our magician's room with lots of redstone and technical pieces to pull off his axe. Next up, we have our animal trainer. This is going to be our animal and mob drop room. And here's our knife thrower. This is going to be for all of our tools and hardware. For the sake of time, because I am running out of it, we are going to just do half of the storage room today. I will do the other dressing rooms and other stuff at a later time. We need to do the giant sort of barricading wall. Maybe we could do something like this. It's a lot, but I like it. I want to add our bulk storage to the back of our little wall. I have like an idea of a plan, but not like anything super concrete. Wow, that's a lot of chests, but very cool, and it suits our needs. So with the mass storage done, we just need to connect all of this space together. Really just add some paths and some little extra details. So yeah, let's do it. Yay, these paths look so nice. They just make this feel so much more complete. And wow, we did so much today. We're gonna do today's frame right here, and there's a mini version of our curtain. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.
Episode 27, Circus Elephants and Costumes.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of KashCraft. This is episode number 27, and let's get started. We have a little bit of a plan today. So I'm first going to make this thing right here. This is going to be an elephant. And then we're going to build the last 3 of our dressing rooms. After the dressing rooms, we're going to add some final details. And then, yeah, we will be done with this room. Well, we'll be done with the room, but then I have to move everything into it. That is a problem for future cash. First, let's get started with our elephant. There we go. This elephant is so cute. I love how it fits in the circus. Now I want to get started on these dressing rooms. I have 3 more to make for our storage system, so let's make these real quick. We have our nether/end dressing room for our acrobats, and there's an Enderman. Perfect timing, I guess. Here's our strongman's room. Lots of heavy weights and lots of rocks. This is going to be our miscellaneous rock section. And here's our very last dressing room, the jugglers. Jugglers can juggle about any item, so this is going to be our miscellaneous item room. And that wraps up all of our dressing rooms. We have 9 different dressing rooms, each of them suited to the own circus performer. And I really hope we can keep on like fleshing out each of the performers' personalities. We can go back to our elephant. I want to add an area where, you know, the circus can take care of it. What do elephants eat? Elephants eat dirt. Okay. Oh, here we go. Here's the actual stuff they eat. They eat tree bark, flowers, leaves, fruits. Thankfully, we don't need piles of dirt for our elephant to eat. I like the look of something like that. We can make a little water bowl. I want to add our little stands for our elephant uniforms. And there we go. There is our little cover with the headpiece. And that completes our elephant area. It is super cute and I'm loving it. We can get started on this next portion. I want to add a little, I guess like pop-up thing right here between the 2 dressing rooms. I have an idea, but it's going to require a ton of armor. And the purpose of these is to be like costumes for the actors. We want each of these to feel like something one of the performers might wear. Oh my gosh, look at how fire this top is. I did not realize that dyed leather armor with armor trim details can look so good. We're going to be creating a little display case for each of these pieces. Okay, a lot of detailing later, and we have our little stand done. And the last major structure I want to add to our prep room is going to be a little like storage wall right here. Here we go. There's our wall of stuff, and I love it. It is just chaotic. There's so much going on. It just feels like people are piling stuff up here. We still have the path looking non-existent for half of it, so we need to add it. Yay, the paths look so good. That means our room is completely done. That feels crazy. I've literally been waiting like 10 months to have a actual storage system, and to finally have it done is so cool. Oh, and here's our frame today, a nice mini version of our prep room. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a great day.
Episode 28, Ghasts, Sniffers, and Balloons.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the next episode of KashCraft. My name is KashMuney and this is episode 28. I have updated KashCraft to 1.21.6, which means we can get the happy ghast. Anyway, let's get started. I want to get some Sniffers and the new happy ghast. I want Sniffers because I love the flowers, and of course we gotta get the happy ghast because it's the happy ghast. I honestly have never had a Sniffer in survival before, so I'm actually really excited to be able to see them. Okay, first ocean monument located. We got an achievement. Let's see, I do not need wheat. Ooh, this looks awfully suspicious. That was lackluster. Let's find another ocean monument. There it is. There is our Sniffer egg. Yes, finally. Wait, is that second egg? That is. Oh my gosh, back-to-back Sniffer eggs. All right, that is one adventure done, and we can grab our stuff and go get this happy ghast. Honestly, the hardest part of this is actually going to be finding a Soul Sand Valley that I've not been to before. I think that was a creeper that probably did that. That was weird. Oh well. Let's go get the happy ghast. I have flight duration 3 rockets. Those are going to get me killed. I am not good enough at flying to be flying around fast and furiously. Oh, dried ghast. Yes, we got it. Yay. And there's a bastion right here. This is a big bastion. Jeez. I gotta be careful though. Uh-oh. Good thing we have our potions. I would have just died there. Might have forgotten how the piglin brutes hit like a literal truck. Yeah, almost learned that the hard way. Dang it. Oh shoot, my stuff definitely burned a little bit. I just got clocked there. There's a literal horde of piglins. Not going to be greedy. Get out of here while I can. Well, I am still in one piece, despite some of my best attempts. Hey, we got 2 netherite templates and 3 ancient debris, so not bad. Let's get our happy ghast growing up. It's gonna take like 40 minutes or something, so we will throw it in there. And also, we're going to be creating a little build for our circus. You can see I have a little spot up here. We're going to be building a hot air balloon. I think that would be a ton of fun. It would look so good. Oh, look, and there's our gasling. Yay. Just got to wait a bit and we'll have our happy ghast. Maybe it will grow up now. Okay, there we go. That works. Put our harness on and boom. Look at that. I'm so excited for the happy ghast. I think it is one of the coolest mobs Minecraft has ever added. And hey, it wasn't from the mob vote. We have our hot air balloon done and it looks so good. I love the colors. Like, it definitely feels circusy, but it's different enough that it's not like a direct repeat. I am so happy with this. And we can't forget our little frame today with a nice happy ghast and our hot air balloon. Thank you all so much for watching and have a great day.
Episode 29, the Circus Stage.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of KashCraft. My name is KashMuney and this is episode 28. Today we're going to be working inside the circus, and actually the fact I'm standing on this tall pillar of ores has something to do with that. But before I explain what we're doing today, let me mind this up real quick. Not bad at all. Today we are going to be finally doing the main interior of the circus. By the time we're done, this is going to be feeling so much more complete. Let's get started with our circus interior. To start us off, we have to do the curtain. We're gonna do something very similar to what we have here. Okay, so that's the dimensions of what I want. Perfect, there's half of it. Let's do the other half. I literally just finished the curtain right there and a creeper drops down. Okay, that would have been sad if the scene had blown up. Now, yeah, we can take these blocks and color this thing in real quick. There we go. I am loving it. If you wonder how long it took me to make that, it was 7-8 minute potions. So, I'll let you do the math. With our other curtain, we have these little like banners right here. We need to add some of those. Now we just need to add these like decorative bits at the top. Like we need to add the little elephant and then like the starry night sort of thing. That is so cute. I love this curtain. We do need to add our supports to the inside of the circus. It's looking really good. So with the walls of our main room generally set up, we can turn to the floor. This is honestly my favorite thing I've designed for the circus so far, so I am super excited for it. Wow, that was a build. That floor was one of the more difficult ones I've made. Building a gradient with 10 blocks is hard, but building it in a circle is even harder. The point of it is to draw the viewer's eye to the center. It creates some excitement for what's going to come, like when one of the spotlights turns on. On a less interesting note, we need to add the floor for the rest of this area. We're going to have dirt along the edges. The good thing is this gradient doesn't need to look too perfect. Do you ever feel like your brain hurts? Because I feel like mine does right now, especially after doing all these gradients. But we got it done and it looks so good. We can move on to the next part. I need to make these stands for our circus. This is the design we're going for our stands. Now we really just need to copy it a bunch more times around here. There is our second set of stands, the white set. There's our third set, number 4, which makes us halfway done. There's number 5, number 6, number 7, and there is our last stand, and we have them all. We need to still do our ceiling. We can't just have a dark bare ceiling, so let's get working on that. It's just going to be a lot of spruce fences going up and creating a bit of a drooping rope where we're going to hang lights from. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe how much those lights transform the space. Now when you walk in, you actually want to look up and just see how magnificent this is. We do need to add our center pillar to hold up the entire tent. Perfect. And then for our last detail, we're going to add a spotlight. We need our ringleader to have a space to, you know, introduce the circus and project everybody. And there we go. We have our nice little spotlight beaming down and creating a spot for our ringleader. Here's our little frame for today, a nice rendition of our circus interior. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.
Episode 30, Circus Acts and Mace Aces.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of KashCraft. My name is KashMuney and this is episode number 30. We are at the circus today where last episode we built the interior for the main part of the tent. Oh, with that being said, the space is missing something. Yes, it's cool, but it doesn't have the circusy elements. It doesn't have an act going on. So today we are going to be adding an act to this room as well as finishing it up. But first, we have a little adventure to go on today. And that is a Funhouse adventure. We have 10 of 18 armor trims, and today we're going to get another one. So let's go ahead and push this button and see what armor trim we get. We got the Sentry armor trim. This is the, what is it? The Pillager Outpost armor trim. Let's get started and get ready to go do that. We're going to bring our mace, because you know what? That sounds like fun. Anyway, let's get going and find some Pillager Outposts. I would like to try the mace a little bit, but here, let's see. No trim. We know what these pillagers do to allies and iron golems, so let's give them a taste of their own medicine, you know? Oh my gosh, that mace is crazy. Can we take all these pillagers out? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's no more. They all got blown away. All right, as I look like a porcupine, 4's the record to beat. Nope, no armor trim, but we can still try and beat our record. 1, 2, 3, 4. No 5. Is there an armor trim for me? Nope. 1. Oh, yeah. Ooh, there's a lot of pillagers here. Might be able to get our record. Yes, there's our smithing templates. We got 2 the century. All right, this is our last attempt. You ready? 1, 2. Okay, the mace is hard to use. I need to practice with it. All right, let's go drop off our armor trim in the triminizer. So we'll put our paper into our dispensing system. Before we know it, the light should turn on for our Sentry armor trim. There we go. Okay, so now we can turn back to our circus and finish this room up. First of all, I need to fill in this spot right here. I'm going to add a bit of a, like, I don't know, central control area. So that's our little control panel to control the lights and special effects for our circus. Remember how I said we needed an act in the circus room? Yeah, we're going to build that now. And our circus is really based around elephants, so I think it's only fair that we have an elephant act. So without further ado, come on, come all, our elephant comes to join the hall. And there is our performing elephant. It looks so amazing. It feels impressive, it feels circusy, but it is dark. And we need to light it up, give it the spotlight effect. And after some messing around, this is what we get. We get our spotlight coming from here and shining on the base of our elephant. But other than that, I have to call this room done. I cannot believe how amazing it is. It is everything I could imagine and more. Here's our frame today of our little elephant. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.
Episode 31, Completing the Circus Tent.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of KashCraft. My name is KashMuney and this is episode 31. I am stood in front of the circus tent because today we are going to be finishing it. All we have left to do is this room right here. Now you may be wondering, what are we going to do in this room? Well, it is going to be a sort of performance room. It's going to be some of the other acts going on, maybe a magic show, maybe some acrobats. Let's get started. We have so much to get done. I mean, this space is completely empty. So our plan is going to be building the basics first. I mean, we always have like our wooden trim kind of going around the sides of the tent. And then it's doing the floor, adding the stands, and adding the accent that we want. So there we go. We have a little bit more structure to this space and it feels a bit more defined. We have our lights in and the space is actually feeling more alive. Let's get started on this floor. I want to get this figured out. Before this was just a blank canvas. Now we're adding the background and then we're going to add the fun details. We finally have our background to our space. Now we can actually start filling in some of the details. There's our first set of stands in yellow this time. There's a second set of stands. We'll just keep on going with our third section, the white section. Here is the fourth section. There's number 5, number 6, and there are our 2 end stands. We can finally get into the fun parts of this room, the parts that are going to make it really shine. And to start off, we're going to do the main attraction, our magician. Our magician is going to be putting on a magic show, and believe me, it is going to be magical. There's a little box. Now for some of the dangerous aspects, we get to add some saws. Why saws? Why not? I want this to feel very immersive. I want it to be like you walked in on the middle of the performance, right when the big reveal is. Usually there's some sort of magical spell burst or like smoke associated with that. We're going to be doing this with a bunch of glass. It's going to be shooting upward and I want different like tendrils of smoke. Let's see how it looks. Oh, I really like that. I call that a successful first tendril. Let's try another. I like that tendril too. Let's see, I think we're going to add one like small branch right here. And after a lot of messing around, this is what we get. This makes me so happy. Like so happy. I think I want to do something over here, but for another act. And that is going to be our strongman spot. Our strongman is really going to impress the audience with their strength. But okay, we have one more spot for an act on the ground at least. Let's get that built. And here is our act. It is for our silk performer / contortionist. All of our acts are really cute and give this space a lot of energy. I just want to add one more act, and that is going to be our acrobats up at the top. So we have our little platform up there, kind of rickety, but honestly, I like it. Oh my gosh, that means our circus tent is done. That just blows my mind, and it turned out so well. From here, we have some big plans. We still have to do the entire exterior, and believe me, that is going to be awesome as well. Of course, we do need to make our frame for today, and there we go. There is our frame for the interior of the circus. I think it sums up what we have going on very nicely. As always, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.
Episode 32, How many minigames do you need to make a carnival?
Hello everybody, and welcome back to KashCraft. We are going to be doing our carnival to our circus. We need to completely fill in this terrain. Yes, we're going to have our circus as our main attraction, the funhouse as the side attraction, but we're also going to have stands and booths set up in the area around the tent. This is going to be a huge episode. Let's get started. Okay, first I want to add our road. Usually I like to have a good plan coming into builds, but sometimes we just build off vibes, and this is one of those days. And I know we just started, but I need to take a break and get ready for a stream. We are going to be working on getting some of our armor trims. Oh my gosh, I don't think that stream could have been more successful if I tried. So the trail ruin armor trims are kind of rare to get, and we got all 4 of them, but we had some extra time. So I was in a jungle, so I just stopped by a temple and got the wild armor trim. Okay, anyways, let's get back to our path. This thing turned out so well. It's a perfect sort of trading road just running along our circus. Here is our entrance path. Here's the path to the funhouse, and there is the rest of our paths. Finally, we can get started with our attractions. So we have 4 categories of attractions. We have our shows, we're gonna have some games, the food, and then Minecraft marvels. These are gonna be shows or displays maze, but using Minecraft mechanics. And here is our race to the stars. Nice racing attraction where you have to run up this steep staircase. Our next one uses a lot of redstone and is definitely on the complicated side. This is one of our games. It's going to be a honey slide game where there's going to be items sliding down this wall and you have to catch them with the fishing rod. Oh my gosh, this thing turned out so well. It is so cute. Our next booth is on the simpler side. This is going to be our milk bottle toss stand. And voila, that's our hammer strike game. I love how it turned out. Our next booth is a very classic one for our carnival, and that game is ring toss. You throw your ring and try and land it onto one of the little pole thingies in the middle. We have this big hole right here. We are going to add another redstone game. So before you know it, we have our next booth done. This one is a test of your shooting skills. This booth is going to be a performing area for our juggler. You know what? I love how this turned out. This idea of it is that it is a sort of open air viewing display. People walk in and just stand here and just watch our juggler do their performance. I wanted to do some Minecraft marvels, and for that I wanted to do a launcher, and I would say we did just that. We made a little cannon sort of thing here. You just open the door, step right in, and boom, shoots you hundreds of blocks out in the air. Our next attraction is going to go right next to our launcher, and this is going to be for our second performer. And here we go. Here is our knife throwers performing area. Okay, so we have this little row right here. We're just gonna make it our food booth. First up, we have our funnel cake stand. Here's our next food stand, selling cotton candy this time. Then we have our third stand, the popcorn stand. We have our last stand, the ice cream stand. We have one performer left out, or one group of performers left out, and that is our clowns. We can't forget our clowns putting on a show. We have some sort of spinning plate or bowl on these sticks. This guy's even balancing a flower on his head. That was literally 17 different builds to make this entire carnival, but these all turned out so well. I am so happy with each and every one. They just have a certain magic to them. I have to say my favorite attraction is the launcher because, well, you just go flying up in the air, and that is so much fun. Now, we have our carnival made, but we don't have a wall surrounding it, so we are going to make a ginormous perimeter wall. All right, how's that look? No, I messed up a segment. Oh no, I have to redo a bunch of it now. Why? Okay, how's this look now? That looks a lot better, and I love this fence. Of course, we do have our frame for today, and that is going to be a little rendition of our carnival. Anyways, everyone, thank you so much for watching. As always, have a great day.
Episode 33, Terraforming the Circus.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of KashCraft. Today we're still going to be working on the circus, but actually on the backside. Yeah, along the back I have literally nothing going on. We're also going to go on an armor trim adventure later on in this episode, but for now, let's get started on doing the back of our circus. Okay, we're going to start with the terraforming of this coast. I want to just add some rock formations, kind of transitioning from the land the circus is on to the water. If we just fly away, yeah, that just decorates our coastline a bit more. We need to actually integrate them into this terrain. And wow, that was a lot of terraforming and mud placing, but this thing looks awesome. If you notice, we have these almost pillars of rock. So like where we have a boulder above ground, it extends below ground, and where there's some dirt, well, there's dirt. If you noticed, I only did a strip of the land next to the rocks. We're gonna have a nice scenic path kind of winding around our circus. Okay, so we have our path in. We can get started on our vegetation. Finally, although I still don't want a creeper to blow me up. Hang on. Once we get our moss in and some of our azalea bushes, we can then just take some bone meal and start bone milling our grass. I like to just go back and add some flowers. I think it's always cool having a little bit of color interspersed throughout. And after enough placing, this is what we get. Some nice overgrown land, our shoreline with lots of flowers, and yeah, this is feeling very nice. Let's get on with this armor trim adventure. We have 16 of 18 armor trims. That means we're going to be doing the rib armor trim today. The rib is in the nether fortress, so we have another adventure today. Let's hope it goes well. You know what? I should probably take a fire resistance potion so that if I fall in lava accidentally, I don't burn. Man, I am so smart sometimes. Oh, no. I don't know what to say about that. I'm going to hold on to my Totem of Undying so we can avoid that kind of situation again. Oh yes, there we go. Yay, we made it. So let's just see what we can find. So far, it's been dead ends. Can't say that I found any chests yet, but I'm sure they're right around the corner. They're gonna be right here. No. Ooh, right here. Okay. What? Our first chest has the armor trim. I don't know how that works. I just played this game. Well, that's all, I guess. Let's go add in our rib armor trim. Put that in there. Before you know it, we'll get our rib armor trim lit up. Yep. There we go. Now that we have 17 of 18 armor trims, we can finally unlock our silence armor trim, which means we're going to go to an ancient city, but we're not going to do that yet. We're going to save that for a later day. We need to make our frame, which we're out of frames on the circus. I think the best way to handle this is to make a frame in an area that's, you know, best suits what we did that day. This is our frame for today, a nice representation of our circus with all of the terraforming we did. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.
Episode 34, The Petting Zoo.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of KashCraft. Today we are going to be filling in this half of our exterior. And what is that, you may ask? Well, it is going to be a petting zoo. We are going to be diving right into this. We're first going to work on our paths, which I have a bunch of blocks right here, so let's do that. Well then, we got a lot of paths in, but they really help define the area. We have all of our exhibits to do now. Each of our exhibits is going to be very unique, but we're going to have a few common features between them. And there we go. There's our basic pen setup. We just want some consistency between our enclosures, so, you know, they actually feel like they're part of the same circus. Anyway, what are we going to put in here? I am so glad you asked. It is going to be our sniffer exhibit. There is our first exhibit, the Sniffers. We're going to move all our animals in at once, because you know how transporting mobs goes. It's usually a nightmare. Anyways, we can get started on our next enclosure. This one is going to be for a mob that I honestly forgot was in the game. Can you guess what animal this is going to be for? Well, we have a savanna right here, but the mob that is unique to the savanna biome is the armadillo. Okay, but we have our next mob. This is going to be for our ocelots. That's a very jungle-based biome, so we are going to do a sort of jungle. There is our fierce, slightly fake jungle for our ocelots. This is going to be our nether theme attraction for our strider. Allow me to give my version of what's going on. Here's our kiddie pool with some colored water that is warmed by a water heater. Then we'll have a giant rug covering the terrain. Then we can have some nice fake trees set up. And finally, some nice prop plants scattered throughout. I think this is really cute. Our fifth enclosure is going to go right here. For this one, it is going to be our goats. This is going to be our second edition of our 2D cutout. So yeah, there's our wintry wonder landscape. Now we're on to our center enclosures. And these are going to be on the larger side compared to our side ones. This one is going to be for our pandas. When people get to the petting zoo, we need them to fall in love with an animal right away. We're going to make this kind of feel like a little Japanese garden. And there we go. There is one very cute panda exhibit. Our next exhibit is going to be a water exhibit. We're going to have some axolotls. And there we go. We have a nice little walkway along our pond. Now, if this enclosure was aquatic themed, this one is going to be pretty much the opposite of it. And that enclosure is going to be a desert. This is where our camel's going to go. And we have a nice little mesa and then a desert with our fake pyramid. Anyway, we are down to one more enclosure. This one is actually my absolute favorite. It is going to be for our allies, and let me tell you, it is magical, it is mystical, it is everything. Well, yeah, can you see why this is my favorite exhibit? I just love these colors. We have a very warm and colorful exterior, and when you go inside, it becomes much more cool, but still feels magical. We still have one more thing to do today. We don't have any animals in here, so we need to go gather them up. For some mobs, it's very easy to get them into our habitats. We just have to place down some eggs. For other mobs, we can make use of our happy gas. We have a nice little aerial transport. I'm literally riding this giant marshmallow moving these pandas, and it is so easy. But otherwise, that wraps up our petting zoo. I had so much fun building this. I felt like each of our exhibits really showcased what the animal was. We need to do our frame real quick. And there we go. There's a nice frame of what we did today in our petting zoo. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a great day.
Episode 35, I finished my circus mega base.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of KashCraft. Today is the day we are finishing our circus mega base. You might notice that I am actually wearing netherite. Between episodes, I went to the nether and gathered some ancient debris. And I have one more ingot and template. We gotta do it for the memes, right? I mean, it's an achievement I can't pass up. Alright, so we'll put our diamond hoe in there, our templates and our ingots, and there we go. Serious dedication. We look awesome. We finally look like we're serious in this world. Now we can get started on our entrance. We're gonna add a little gift shop on this corner right here. You know, when you walk in or when you're leaving, you just walk by the gift shop and oh, you might want to stop in and grab something. Maybe we can add in some costumes, some little knickknacks here and there. We just have a cluttered shop full of stuff. Then we have one of my favorite little features to add, and that is going to be a little map directory of our circuits, but we don't have this place done, so we can't make the maps yet. So once we finish this, we can make the maps. As we work our way towards the entrance, we're going to add a little balloon stand right here. Just look how fun these are. We get some bright colors and designs that really make these balloons come to life. And I do feel like the entrance to both of our parks feels just a little bit boring. So we are going to change that real quick by adding some nice little banners. We'll go orange for our carnival and a nice cyan color for our other one. We'll then create our little ticket booth to, well, sell tickets to our audience. And that means the last thing we have to do for our actual circus is going to be our front gate. And let me tell you, it captures the essence of our circus pretty well. And that is going to be a nice little elephant arch. Our circus is seriously based around elephants, so it just felt right to have a little elephant kind of guarding the entrance to the circus. But yeah, otherwise that is our circus itself done. We're not going to dwell on that right now. We have to work on the surrounding terrain because it is a little bit ugly right now. First up, we can create our nether portal. We can have a little sort of design right here and just go in, light our portal, and hopefully it links up. Yep, there we go. And then we have the area between our road and our caravan, which just has nothing in it. So we also need to add some vegetation and extra little details along here. And wow, that was a ton of progress. First up, we redid our trading road. We wanted it to feel different from our circus, and we definitely have that going on. And then we have our terrain. It's really just a continuation of our riverside terrain. Just give it a bit of color and detail, make it look like it was a sort of meadow before our circus came. So we have one more thing to do before we can call the circuit done. We need to create our map wall, and if we just put these together, we get a beautiful view of our circus, which looks amazing. So yeah, that is our circus mega base done and dusted. I've spent so much time and put so much thought into this that it's just weird to have my mega base done. It's truly a dream come true, my favorite build I've ever made, and the biggest project I've ever done. Here is our frame for today, with a nice addition of our circus tent and the surrounding parts. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a great day!
Episode 36, I raided 23 ancient cities for one of the rarest items in Minecraft.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of KashCraft. Today is the finale. That's right, after 36 episodes, we're going to be wrapping up KashCraft, or at least this chapter of KashCraft. Well, our circus mega base might be done. We have one thing that is not, and that is actually our armor trim collection. As you can see, we have 17 of 18 armor trims, but we don't have our silence armor trim. The silence armor trim is super hard to find. It's a 1.2% chance of finding the armor trim in each of the ancient city chests, which, using math, that's 1 in 80 chests, and it can take anywhere from 1 ancient city to 20 if you're unlucky. Spoiler, we were not lucky, so let's get the show on the road. Let's chug our night vision and get ready for ancient city number 1. We have our first chest right here. Let's see. Surprisingly, nothing. Okay, I'm scared for this one. Oh gosh. Thankfully, that was only my first trigger. I have 3 more. I am definitely going to be setting one off. All right, don't say I didn't do my best. Yeah. Oh, I got excited at the ward. Oh, that's a shrieker, and I just wrapped up here, so we are done. Ancient City number 2 started off great. We had one mess up. Okay, maybe I got a bit hasty and messed up shortly thereafter. Oh my gosh. I tried brushing it off, but still set off a 3rd streaker, and that meant I had one more chance before summoning the warden. Oh,
I didn't even realize I set that one off. Thanks, but bye. With 0 mess ups, we set off to conquer this ancient city. Of course, we were being careful, making sure to cover up each shrieker, but even doing all that, sometimes it just isn't enough and you summon the warden. How far can they blast? Genuine question. I decided to embrace my lack of stealth. We are going to commence speedrun mode. Go, 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 go. Don't care. Don't care. So feeling a bit more confident, I went all in. We're committing to the speedrun. I'm terrified. Oh my gosh, no. There's like 4 wardens right now. At least. Oh my gosh. I'm so scared. Let me just say, we went through this process of locating a city, opening a bunch of chests, having some near misses with the wardens, and repeat for 22 ancient cities. It wasn't until number 23 that finally... Oh my gosh! Oh, I got it! I got it! Oh my gosh, I can't believe I did it. I have never spent that hard trying to get anything in Minecraft. I'm 20,000 blocks away, so I really do not want to run back. Come here, buddy. Let's fight. Come on. Yeah, oh. That was fast. All right then, well, we have our last armor trim, so you know what that means. Drop this right in there, stick this where it's meant to go, and before you know it, we've collected all 18 armor trims. Oh my gosh. So we have one last thing to do. We need to decorate our armor. Okay, let's get stuff added. Our armor is meant to be circus inspired. We have our main circus colors with the red and the white on the bottom, and then our yellow chest plate. Oh my gosh, our armor looks so cool. But anyways, everyone, that is going to wrap up this episode of KashCraft. Of course, we need to have our final frame for the circus, and we need to do an ancient city. I mean, we conquered 23 of these. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a great day. And that is a wrap. Everyone, thank you so much for sticking to the end of this. Truly, KashCraft has such an important place in my heart, and it wouldn't be possible without any of you. KashCraft is going to become my forever world. You'll see it pop up in videos here and there, but we're just going to have to see what this next chapter holds. If you stuck around to the end, you might as well like and subscribe. But anyways, as always, thank you all so much for watching, and have a great day.